How's going on, everybody? It's me, the one that loves cartoons, and in today's video, well, I'm gonna be talking about a cartoon. So, after the island, we're getting the water chapter, which is gonna be a Nia season. But now I'm wondering what's gonna happen after the water chapter, aka Nia season. Because here's the thing, Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu, the original series, had like a formula. You have the episode being 22 minutes long, and the Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu series was more connected. A lot of the seasons were connected, okay? But then after March of the Oni, we had a new series for Ninjago. It doesn't have a title. It doesn't have a title name for it, so I'm just calling it New Ninjago. So New Ninjago doesn't have that much an overarching story if you think about it. Like, the seasons are not that connected. I'm not saying they're not canon to one another, no. But what I'm saying is that they're not connected like the Masters of Spinjitzu series. Like, they don't have a story that expand to multiple seasons. Like, Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu is its own thing. Prime Empire is its own thing, if you get what I mean. So yeah, like, each season has its own story, unlike Masters of Spinjitzu, where it's expand through multiple seasons. Like, for example, you have season 4 expanded to season 5. So yeah, you get what so yeah. And also, New Ninjago follow a trend. Each season focus on a specific element. Like, you have an elemental chapter in each season. Like, Secret of the Forbidden Spinjitzu has the fire chapter, and in its second part, you have the ice chapter. And in Prime Empire, it is considered as the lightning chapter, because Jay is like the mascot of the season, and it focuses on video games, and it's like digital and technology and all that. It's like a futuristic season. And Master of the Mountain is considered to be like the Earth chapter, because Cole's the focus, and the season take place underground in the dungeons. And it focuses on Cole's elemental powers. So yeah, and the island is Lloyd is the mascot, and well, it's not considered to be the energy chapter, but it is still a Lloyd chapter, like, because Lloyd's color is green and the season takes place in the jungle. So yeah, like, it's the green chapter. I'm calling the island like the green chapter. So yeah. And the next season is gonna be a Nia season, and the season will take place underwater. Okay, so it's gonna be the water chapter. It's gonna focus on Nia and her elemental powers. So yeah, the season is not out yet at the time of recording this video. So yeah, like I said, New Ninjago has a trend. Each season focuses on a specific element. Cause now I'm wondering what's gonna happen after the water chapter. Cause in every season of New Ninjago, aka post March of the Oni, they focused on each elemental power of the main 6 ninjas: fire, ice, earth, lightning, green, I guess, in the island, and you have the water chapter. So yeah. So what's gonna happen after that? Like, they did all the powers for the main 6 ninjas. So what I think, well, I'm not sure, this is not confirmed, this is just me speculating, but what I think is gonna happen is that they're gonna renew the series, give it a new series, kind of like after Masters of Spinjitzu, we got New Ninjago. So what I think, after the water chapter, we will get a new series that has some sort of story. So yeah, that's what I think is gonna happen, but I'm not sure. Like, I doubt that will happen, but maybe it will. Because like I said, New Ninjago focused on each elemental power for the main 6 ninjas: fire, ice, earth, lightning, green, and water. So yeah, you get the idea for New Ninjago. Each season focuses on a specific element. The island is in a weird position, but yeah. So after the water chapter, I don't know what they're gonna do. What I think is that they're gonna renew the series. I'm not sure, but I don't know. This is just me speculating here. So maybe they could go that way after the water chapter, giving Ninjago a new series. Maybe in the new series they could focus on the Vengestone buyer, because remember that was mentioned in Master of the Mountain, but they never talked about it in the island. So yeah, maybe the new series will have a story that focuses on Vengestone and expand that through multiple seasons, kinda like the Oni trilogy. That's what I think. Or maybe after the water chapter, they could do the creation chapter, like expand more on the elemental powers, like not just the powers of the main six ninjas. They could go to the creation chapter, focusing on Master Wu, the destruction chapter, focusing on Garmadon. Seeing Garmadon back will be amazing. But I'm not sure if like if they do a creation chapter, I'm not sure if it's gonna focus on Wu. Because if you think about it, the Fire and Ice chapter didn't really focus on Kai and Zane. The Fire chapter felt more like a Zane story, while the Ice chapter felt more like a Lloyd story. So I'm not sure if the creation chapter is gonna focus on Wu specifically. But I don't know, like maybe, like I said, after the water chapter we will get creation and then destruction. Who knows? Or what I think is gonna happen is that after the water chapter, they're gonna focus on the last element, because they said that there's gonna be the last element, the last elemental power, the final elemental power that will be introduced in the series. So what I think is that after the water chapter, they're gonna focus on that specific element. So yeah, I don't know who's gonna be the focus of it, but yeah, maybe it doesn't need to focus on the guy who owned that elemental power. Maybe it could focus on one of the main six ninjas. So that's what I think here. That's what I think can happen, because like I said, New Ninjago like focused on each elemental power for the main six ninjas. So I don't know what they're gonna do after the Nia season, because Nia's gonna the Nia season is gonna be the water chapter. So yeah, like I said, they did all the powers for the main six ninjas. So what I think is they're gonna do, either they're gonna renew the series, like give it a new series with the new stories and all that, or continue that trend with like a creation chapter, destruction chapter, like continuing that trend after the water chapter. Or they could do the focus on that final element that they talked about. So yeah, and that final element will be the final season of New Ninjago, because like I said, New Ninjago, each season focused on a specific element. So I think ending this series with the last element, I think it will be good. But yeah, then they could renew the series and maybe focus on the Vengestone story that started in Master of the Mountain. So yeah, like if you think about it, we didn't get an energy chapter. The island is kind of considered as as Lloyd's chapter, but didn't focus on his powers and all. So maybe we will get a true chapter for Lloyd, because the island, I don't know, it is considered as the green chapter. I'm considering it as the green chapter, because Lloyd is the focus, the mascot, whatever you want to call it. I think after the war chapter, they are going to continue that trend with elemental powers. Maybe they could do creation, then destruction, focus on other characters other than the ninjas. So that's what I think what they're going to do. Or they could renew the series. So they could, like after the war chapter, like they're done with focusing all on elemental powers. After the war chapter, they could do a new Ninjago series. Or after the war chapter, they will focus on that last element. And then after that, they will renew the series. So, what do you guys think is going to happen after the water chapter? Are they going to renew Ninjago? Are they going to still continuing that trend with elemental powers? With elemental like chapters, like after the water chapter we can get more powers, more elemental chapters. So yeah. So what do you think is going to happen after the water chapter? Just leave your thoughts down in the comments. So if you guys like this video, then give it a like, and if you're not subscribed, then subscribe. It means a lot to me. And turn on the notifications so you'll be the first one to know when I upload a video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm the one that love this cartoon, and you're the one that love it too.